Once again, nice to meet you, those who are watching from Kenya, South Africa, UK, US, wherever you are. May God bless you. Today, let us look at open doors for spiritual spouse. Remember, in our previous video, we looked at the signs of spiritual spouse or spiritual wives, spiritual husbands, but me, I know them as marine spirits. So, what are the doors the devil uses to enter into our lives? What are these open doors we leave, and the devil gain that access to start manifesting into your life as spiritual wives? Because that's the devil. He has just manipulated himself over. He has what we call it in the book of Second Corinthians, the enemy what disguises and incarnates. So the devil can do or can turn into any different different shape or different image or form. So when he comes as a spiritual wife, spiritual husband, spouse, those are marine spirits. It's the kingdom of devil, which is based underground. So there are doors, because the devil can't come into your life without gaining access. It's we who permits him, or we permit him to come and have access into our life. So to start experiencing spiritual wives, spiritual husbands, or these spiritual spouses, there are terms and conditions, or you read a conducive environment for the devil to gain access. So these are the doors we are going to look at, and you have to cross them. You have to cross those doors so that the devil may not have access again in your life. We have divorce is on high rate. People are divorcing after marriage, after having a very beautiful and colorful introduction and wedding. 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 1 year, people are divorcing. One of the reasons could be what we call spiritual spouse, because when a spiritual spouse enters into your home, there won't be love, that intimacy, it will be killed. You will no longer have appetite and love for your partner, and the devil will take over. Number one door, which you have to be careful with, and if possibly, and I know it is, you have to close it so that the devil may not or might not use it. One is witchcraft. Witchcraft is one of the doors the devil has used to gain access into our lives as spiritual spouses. Witchcraft spells that, or it casts spells onto someone in order to gain your love or affection. Leaves an open door for a spiritual spouse to attach itself in you. We have people who have moved in witch doctors, who have moved so that they may be loved. I don't know. Love comes from God. How can you go to the witch doctor to get those charms so that a husband may love you so much, so that you may be attractive to men and women? So those things you get from those fake witch doctors, those are the open doors the devil uses, because they're going to tell you, speak some words. You are speaking to the demons. You are speaking into a spiritual world. You are attracting those spiritual spouses, instead of a man loving you, because you went to have that the man might love you so much, or a wife or anything. You are speaking to demons. it will be a vice versa. Instead of a husband loving so much, this will be now the demon is loving you so much, and you will not have appetite, and the man will hate you the more. So witchcraft has brought a lot of problems, and those who are experiencing a lot of spiritual spouses, these are the people who have been moving in witchcraft, who have been participating in witchcraft. Second point, we talk about sexual sins. Sexual sins. Any form of sexual sin or perversion is one of the most common open door for a spiritual spouse to lay its hand over you. These sexual sins could be anything from fornication, adultery, bestiality, homosexuality, etc., or any form of sexual acts, including viewing and consuming pornography. This is almost like their bleeding ground, as these demons have high appetite for sexual perversion and sexual immorality. So once you are one of the people who like viewing pornographic pictures and movies, so you will act as a bleeding place for marine spirits. We have even marrieds who have such movies in their homes. So once you have these pornographic movies in your home, obviously automatically you have invited marine spirits to take over, and they are going to use you, even your children, spiritually. There won't be love in their home. There won't be intimacy in your home. So we need to be so careful with these movies and these photos we view. We talk about fornication, having sex when you are not married. It's one of the bleeding areas for marine spirits. Even adultery for the married ones. You have a wife, you go on with others. You have a husband, you go on with others. So you open. The more you do it, the more you invite those marine spirits. So you reach a time when you don't have love for your husband. You have love for others. Understand? You reach a time when you don't have even an idea of getting married. The only idea you have is to get one you sleep with, you chase out, you get another one, you chase out. So you are locked. They lock you in an act. So sexual abuse, sexual sin is one of the open door the devil has used to sexually use people. Number 3, we have generational spirit spouses. Generational spirit spouses. In some cases, spirit husbands or spirit wives attach themselves to a bloodline. From one generation to another, this essentially occurs in cases where someone in the previous generation was involved in witchcraft, sexual perversion, rape, molestation, or sexual abuse. Then there's what we call human sacrifice. So we have families which have that problem. From the grandparents, they have been experiencing sexual abuse, or what we call spiritual spouses from the grandparents, and it has become common in that family. And everyone, your sister is experiencing spiritual spouse, your brother is experiencing. So when you sit down and start to discuss, you have the common problem. You have the same problem of spiritual spouse as a family. And when you ask even your brothers of different father, or a son to your father, a brother to your dad. They also have the same problem. Spiritual what? Spouse. So it comes generational, bloodline. Whoever is in that bloodline experience such a problem. Even besides the spiritual spouse, there are other things like theft, like imprisonment. You find a family, all of them, they are in prison. Death. You experience death at the same age. When someone reaches 30, dies, no one can go beyond 30 years. So it could be in the bloodline. So in that bloodline, it could be that some people or some relatives of yours, grandparents and what, they were participating in witchcraft. Or they were participating in sexual perversions. Or they were raping. Our families who have such a record, they rape, they don't joke. This is what we call sexual abuse. If your family has been experiencing sexual abuse, girls are raped. You were raped, your mother was raped, your grandmother was raped, your sister is also raped, and your children or your daughter has been raped. So you see it's in the bloodline. That's aggressive sex. Then we have what we call human sacrifice, when your family has been participating, sacrificing people. So you have high chances of experiencing what you call a spiritual spouse. Then point number 4, we talk about molestation or abuse. While it does not sound fair, demons view the act of molestation or abuse as an open door and often already associated with the sexual perversion of the molester. They attach themselves to the victims of sexual abuse. Molestation or sexual abuse is when you are sexually abused, like aggressive sex, forced, something you didn't want. Something you didn't want, someone does it. So when you have such scenarios in your life, you have high chances of experiencing spiritual spouses. If you have ever passed that in your early age, especially girls, you went to your uncle for holidays, he ended up using you. You went to your brother, he used you. Like that. So you may have that, or the devil may use it as an opportunity or as an open door to start experiencing spiritual spouse. Last but not least, we talk about soul tie. We shall have that video more detailed about soul ties. People have been participating, or people have soul ties unknowingly. What is a soul tie? If I'm to ask, what is it? What does it mean? A soul tie is just making an agreement with someone. Vow. You make a vow with someone. And it is very common in relationship. You get a man, loves you so much, shows you that you will be together until death sets you apart. But along the way, things turn upside down. And you have done a lot. People end up cutting themselves, exchanging blood. People end up swearing, a lot of things. So never rush to have a soul tie. That's why some people who had soul ties with their husbands or wives, once a wife dies or once a husband dies and you had a soul tie, you didn't act or pray against or break it spiritually. that man will come back and be using you sexually, yet is dead. Because you have something attached, your soul and his soul, these souls are now tied together. That's what we call a soul tie. We have people who are soul tied to celebrities. Whenever you sleep, you dream that celebrity. You are soul tied together. So soul tie is good, but it depends. Being soul tied to someone is very dangerous. You better be soul tied to Christ, because it will affect you. It will cost you to break it. Once that person goes away, it will continue affect you. So the devil has gained that opportunity, has used that opportunity of soul tie to continue enslaving many. You were in the relationship, it ended, but still the guy is coming back in your life. Even now you are even married somewhere, but the guy is still coming back. He's telling you are married, you are mine. Remember, you are mine. We made a vow. We agreed. Why did you leave me? But you separated. Even you don't know where he is. But that soul tie is still binding you together. So we need to be so careful with soul ties. Don't make soul tie out of excitement because someone has done something to you. You end up doing soul ties. That person can go away in your life anytime, anywhere. But that covenant, for it still goes on until you break it. So let us be careful. Some spiritual spouses we are getting because of soul ties. That's why you are dreaming your ex-boyfriend, your ex-girlfriend using you. You are dreaming of your dead, the late father of your children, the late mother of your children. You're having sex, it is dead. You are dreaming of your ex-husband, yet you are married somewhere. He's using you, and once he uses you, you feel happy, you feel enjoyed, and you don't have appetite for your money now. Others, you don't feel like, he just forces you. So, sexual tie, what you call sexual soul ties. You need to be careful. Don't just make soul ties because of excitement. And even I don't support you to have a soul tie with anyone. What you can do, soul tie yourself with Christ. Because when your soul is tied together with Christ, there is no disappointment in your life. You have hope, you have faith. You are ensured of eternity. But you people, you have small hearts, you give someone just breaks it into pieces. Then you start crying for others. My heart is broken. I don't think I'll have a man again in my life. Who told you to give him your heart? Don't you know what the Bible says, cast is he? Your heart must be kept with God, not any person. So, those are the 5 major open doors the devil has used to have access into our lives in the form of sexual or in the form of spiritual spouses. It's not good to have a spiritual spouse, not at all, because giving birth is a problem, getting married is a problem, breakthrough is a problem, a lot. Even breakthrough spiritually is a problem. So once you are experiencing such, you have to stand strong. And if you had these open doors, it's now high time to start dealing with one by one, not until you are fully delivered with your family and your children. So above all, have faith. Have faith in the Lord. Those things are not working out. Spiritual spouses have become problems in your life. Have faith. Never and never lose hope. There is still hope for you. Things to stabilize. When you come back, we shall talk about how to get, how to be free from spiritual spouses. How to be free from spiritual spouses. Thank you for watching. This is Jamil, broadcasting from Uganda, Jinja. Those who are watching us from different areas of this world, please thank you and thank you and thank you so much. For those who have subscribed, thank you so much. May the Almighty God bless you as we push on this gospel to reach everyone. Everybody has to get this truth. The Bible says, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So this truth you have known, I know now, you know what to do. You are going to act accordingly, and at the end of it, you'll be set free. Love you so much. See you